pastor had closed out a revival in this town, and he boarded the train to begin his journey home. And so he sat down beside a young man. He thought he would start conversation by making a comment about the weather. But the young man just didn't want to talk, and so they rode on after a little while. The preacher heard the young man burst into sobs. And so he leaned over and put his arm around him and he said, "Son, I'm a minister, and I'd like to help you in some way if I can." The young man said, "Yes, preacher, I need to talk to somebody." He said, "You see, some 3 years ago, I became so mean. I went as far one day to strike my dad with my fist, and my dad told me, 'Son, you just grown so wicked that you're wearing your mother to death. And I'm gonna have to ask you to leave home for 2 long years, preacher.' I've done just about everything that a young man could do. That was wrong. But 2 weeks ago, I knelt down at an old-fashioned altar, and God so gloriously saved my soul. You know, the first thing I thought of, preacher, was my dear old mother and dad, and how I'd love to go home. And so I sat down and wrote my dad a letter, and I told him if he could just find it in his heart to forgive me, then I'd love to come home. And I told him I'd be on this train. If he wanted me to get off, I would. Now this kind of confused the preacher just a little bit. He said, "Son, how you gonna know that you've been forgiven and that your folks want you to get off?" The young man said, "Preacher, I've lived beside these old railroad tracks just about all my life. Out in our backyard stands a great big old apple tree. And I told my dad if he could just find it in his heart to forgive me, just tie a white flag in that old apple tree, and I'd get off the train." Well, again they rode on in silence, but it wasn't too long. The young man burst into tears again. He said, "Preacher, I'm almost home. I'm almost home, preacher. Oh, but I came back to love." The preacher said, "That's all right, son. Right, son, I'll be alright, and I'll look for you." And so he leaned over and wiped the fog away from the window. Whoa. A great big old smile come on his face. He said, "Son, look like you don't have a thing in the world to worry about. Why, it looks like that old apple tree's in full bloom. It's got white flags tied all over, son. But that's not all standing under that old apple tree. I see a dear old gray-haired mother and dad. Oh, they're not waving a white flag, son. Waving a great big old white bed sheet. Saying, 'Come on home, son, we still love you. Just come on home.'" Folks, ain't you so glad today that we have a God, a Father yonder in heaven? No matter how mean you've been, how much wrong you've done, He's standing there right now with an outstretched arm, saying, "Come on home, child. I still love